In this lesson, I'm going to demonstrate how to evaluate a regular expression in C#. So I've opened up my C# Visual Studio page, and I'm going to create a new project. We're going to do a console application here to keep things simple. I'm going to call it example. Click OK. To work with regular expressions, we need to import the regular expression library. So we'll do that first. It's found in the text namespace. It's the only library that comes up when you type system.txt. So just go ahead and tab or include it. Now in my main method, we'll create a string that will hold the data we're going to evaluate with our regular expression. Next, we're going to create a regular expression object. That class is regex. And we're just going to call our object reg. And then we call the constructor with the pattern that we want to evaluate. So our regular expression will go in as the argument to the class constructor. In this case, as in the other examples, we're just evaluating a very simple literal here. We'll get into more complex regular expressions in the next chapter. The next thing we're going to do is create a match collection. There's several different ways we can evaluate a regular expression or store the results of that. In this case, we're going to create a match collection. We'll call it matches. And we get that by calling the matches method of our regular expression object with the string that we're evaluating. And if any matches are found, it will return them, place it in this object, matches. Now we're ready to see what comes up in the matches. So we have a for each loop. We can create match objects. So we're going to create one called a match. So this for each loop will go through each match in matches and store it in a match. How's that for confusing? And then we're going to simply write each match out to the console. So we call the toString method for the aMatch object, and that's all our loop needs to do. And then to hold our console window open, we'll do a console read key, like so. So let's go ahead and run our program. We know there's only one match, the word var, and of course our string is varx equals 100, and of course it matched that. So that is what appears in our console when we run the program. So to review very quickly, to use regular expressions in C#, you have to import the regular expressions library or class. So we do that above in our imports, our using statements. Then we create, of course, a string to evaluate, a regular expression object. Then we store the result in a match collection object. That's this line right here. And then we can pull out the matches that we find, store them in their own object, and write them out to the console. Now, of course, there's many other things we can do with regular expressions in C#, but the point of this lesson was simply to show you the general technique for evaluating a regular expression. And that's what we've accomplished. So we're going to wrap up this lesson on C# and move on to our next lesson where we're going to see how to evaluate a regular expression using Java.